In this last example, we are going to look at how to make a list of items more engaging. So instead of just showing a simple bulleted list with images, we are going to use animations to have them show one at a time and then show the whole list at the end, like this. All right, so that's what we're going to build. So I'm going to show you how to do that now, step by step. So let's go to this blank screen here. And we're going to first start by typing out our list items. So I'm just going to make 3 text boxes, or copy and paste them after I make one. So text box 1. List item 1. So I'll just copy that. Oops. All right, so there's my list items. I'm just going to separate them out for now. Okay, so let me just put that there for now. And then images. Now I'm not going to actually insert images. I'm going to do what I did in the example. Just going to use like a rectangle, right? And just call that image 1. And then I'll copy it and label this 2. Change that one to 3. And then I'm going to make them different colors so you can distinguish. So I'll make this, we'll choose the green, I think, that I chose before. And then we'll make this one the purple that I had. There we go. Okay, so for now, before, like, we are going to line these up better later, but just to build this, just so we can see it all happening. Okay, I'm only going to line up the first 2 where I want, approximately. So we'll pick kind of like a central area. I'm just going to move this down. Okay, so that looks a little messy right now, but we'll fix it later. So our first list item, let's say, where do we want it to be? Here, and then have that one come in there, something like that. Okay, so we're going to add animations to these. So I'm going to go up to animation. I'm going to have it fly in, but I'm going to have it go to the effect options here. So another way you can do it, fly in from the left. And then image 1, I'm going to have it fly in from the right. From right there. Okay, so we'll just go preview that. Okay, the only thing is I don't want to happen on 2 clicks. So I'm going to go here to the animation pane, and I'm going to have, when I click, this rectangle, this image is going to start with previous. So now it will look like this. Okay, and for list item 2, I'm going to have similar thing, but a different animation. So I'm going to have it grow and turn. And image 2, grow and turn. And for image 3, and list item 3, I'm going to have it zoom in. So I'll pick zoom. And over here, zoom. Okay, so now the only thing is we can preview, but they're all going to happen all on top of each other because, so there's 1, we have 2. Okay, so that one we need to start with previous, same with this one. Okay, so I'm going to just make sure that for list 2, the rectangle here, which is my image, starts with previous. And then list 3, this image here, starts with previous. We'll go preview that. 1, 2, 3. But we don't want it like that. So we want, when image 1 happens, right, we don't really need to do much for that because it's the first one. But when image 2 comes in, we want image 1 to disappear. So we're going to set an exit animation on list item 1. So we're going to have it fly out with the direction being down. That's what I'm going to choose. You can choose whatever you want. So again, so we're adding a second animation. So we go up to add animation. We want it to fly out, down. And then image 1, add animation, fly out. But we want this to happen with previous. So we want this to happen not on click, but with previous. But we want it to happen when image 2 comes in. We want this to disappear. So we're going to move them. We can just move them easily by dragging them here to be underneath the 2 here, this group 2. So they start with the second image and the second list item. There we go. So let's just go preview that, make sure we did it right. List item 1 comes in, and when I click the second time, that disappears and list item 2 appears. Now we're going to do a similar thing for list item 3. When this comes in, we want list item 2 and image 2 to go away. So we're going to choose another exit animation. We're going to choose shrink and turn for this one. That's what I decided for this example. So we'll go here to add animation. Remember, you're adding another one, so you need to go up there. Shrink and turn. And the same with image 2. Add, shrink and turn. And we want it to start when image 3 comes in, so it's in the correct location. So we just want to make sure it starts with previous. So let's preview that. List item 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we're not quite done yet because we want to also have a summary of these come in as well. All right, so before I position this all properly, let's just create that. So what I'm going to do is just actually, there's a couple ways to do this, but I'll just copy these. I'm going to drag them over here. Now, I don't want a repeat of all these animations. So it inserted all these where it's highlighting. So I'm just going to right click and hit remove. Okay. So it's these ones here that we just added. Okay, so we're going to have to line this up better. So I'm going to just line them up over here because I just want it to be out of the way of the other ones. Okay, because then we're going to group this into one image. You'll see in a second. Okay, so I'm just positioning these best I can just for this example here. This one's a little tricky because now it's going to be in the middle of that one. Okay. Okay, so I highlighted all those, so it should have just got the ones we want, I think. So we got all these. And then we're going to go to Format and go to Group. So now that's one image. And I'm going to set an entrance animation on that. And let's just choose a fade animation. So that's going to fade in. So when that fades in on click, and at the same time, we're going to have number 3 here, exit. So we're going to have to put an exit animation on image 3 and list item 3. All right, so I'm going to just leave that over there for now because we're going to line it up after. So I'm just going to add an exit animation on here. All right, so let's do fly out, but we'll have it be, let's see, to the left for list item 3, so that way. And for image 3, we'll do add an exit animation. So remember, I'm selected on image 3 here. Fly out, and we'll have it fly out to the right. There we go. Okay, so we just have to make sure this starts with group 15. Group 15 is our grouped image here. So we change this to start with previous. Start with previous. Now let's go save that. And then let's preview this. So image 1, 2, 3, group 1, right there, and those went away. So now we need to position all this so it looks a little nicer. And to do that, I do a similar thing I did before. I'm going to have this be the center one right here. So this is what the positions we're going to have. So list item 1, I'm going to just right click and go to format shape and go over here to position 3.48 and 3.55. And then I'm going to make sure that list item 2 is in the same spot. 3.48. And 3.55. So that should move. There we go. And the same with list 3. 3.48. And 3.55. And then image 1, I'm going to right click on that, format shape, go to position. So we see that's at 6.37 and 3.11. So I'm going to make image 2 and 3 the same. 6.37, what was that again? 6.37 and 3.11. 6.37. 3.11 and image 3 6.37 3.11. Okay, and then I'm going to move this group 1. So the reason why I do it like this is because I've already built the animations, so now I'm just positioning, and it's much easier to do after when you're just positioning. So it's not exact, but you could do this maybe a little bit better for this demo. Like maybe I'd move that over a bit, but it's okay for this. All right, so that should be almost it, I think. There's just one more tweak I'm going to make after. It's more of a preference thing, but I'll just show you this. Image 1, list item 2 and image 2. List item 3 and image 3, and then the summary. So I feel that's a little quick, a lot of the timings. So I'm going to make them all 1 second long. They're actually defaulted to ½ second here. So I'm just going to up that, to 1. I'm going to do that for all of them. You might be able to do this in bulk, but I'm just going to show you one at a time. That one's already set at 1. Some of them are defaulted to 1, but most are ½ second. I just feel it looks a little smoother. It's a little longer. Okay, that's already one. All right, let's go save. And now let's preview that. List item 1, image 1. List item 2, image 2. List item 3, image 3. And a summary of them all. All right, so there we go. I hope this was helpful for making a list of items look more engaging or be more engaging for your audience. And I hope you'll implement them in some of your presentation slides.